afternoon, everyone, and welcome to John P. Stevens High School in Edison for a Middlesex County Athletic Conference championship game between the seeded number 4 Kennedy Mustangs, who came in with a record of 17-6, and the number 3 Monroe Falcons, who come in with the record of 18-7. Starting for Kennedy, it's number 24, Francesca Garrison, number 2, Lauren Fernandez, number 31, Shannon Gallery, number 9, Kylie Williams, number 99, Tara Del Torre, number 5, Marla Farley, and number 16, Juliana Impaglia. Starting for the Monroe Falcons is number 38, Emily Gurman, number 24, Sarah McGrath, number 30, Cassidy Uthheim, number 7, Nicole Van Zura, number 13, Emma Trask, number 28, Aya Carriaso, and number 9, Victoria Kaufman. And we're just ready for the first serve. Kennedy serves first. Kennedy is the away team. And that ball's out. First point, Kennedy. Blocked by Kennedy. And it's over. Point Monroe. High score, 1-1. The coach of the Monroe Falcons is Mike Collins. The coach of the Kennedy Mustangs, the coach of the year in the red division, Bob Hugelmeyer. Coming in for the Mustangs is number 12, Samantha Impaglia. Coming out is number 16, Julia Impaglia. The pregame ceremonies, Francesca Garrison was named to the Red Division All-Stars, and she was also named All-Conference.
There you go, Mo!
As I said before, this is a championship game for Middlesex County. Point Monroe. And the ball was out on the far side. Serving for the Falcons is number 24, Sarah McGrath. Tara Del Torre couldn't handle that serve. 3-2, Falcons up on top. Mustangs dispose of a very rough and tumble East Brunswick team Thursday night in 2 sets. That ball's out. Point, Monroe, 4-2. Monroe up on top. Got a packed house here in the stands tonight. Garrison hit the ball twice. Point Falcons, 5-2. Bob Hugelmeyer, coach of the Kennedy Mustangs, calls a timeout. As I said, we're at J.P. Stevens High School in Edison, New Jersey. This is a championship game for the Greater Middlesex Athletic Conference between the Kennedy Mustangs of Island and the Monroe Falcons. Kennedy came in with a record of 17-6. Monroe came in with a record of 18-7. Kennedy Mustangs are seed number 4. Monroe Falcons are seed number 3. Kennedy got here by beating East Brunswick Thursday night. East Brunswick beat the number 1 seed, which was Woodbridge, on Tuesday night. Kennedy was 11-1. They were in the red division, and they were the championships. Okay, we're underway. Once again, Monroe will be serving. Number 24 is still serving for Monroe, and that's Sarah McGrath. The ref has given the whistle, and we're ready to go. And that ball's into the net. Point. Mustangs. Kylie Williams serving for Kennedy. That ball's out. Point Kennedy. 5-4. Monroe up on top by 1. Point Monroe, 6-4. Monroe up on top. Coming out of the lineup for Monroe is number 38, Emily Gurin. Serving for the Falcons is number 30, Cassidy Youthon. And that ball's out. Point Kennedy. 6-5. Kennedy up on top. I'm sorry, the Falcons up on top. I'm so carried away with the Kennedy Mustangs that I'm putting them up on top. That ball's out. Point Kennedy. We have the score knotted up at 6. Dug out by Del Torre. Dug out again by Del Torre. That was Garrison that hit the ball over for Kennedy. Garrison again, feeds Fernandez. Ball out, and Kennedy takes their first lead of the game, 7-6. Garrison serving for Kennedy.
Nice spot! Double!
That was blocked. Point Kennedy, 8-6, Kennedy up on top. Garrison still serving for Kennedy.
Good spot!
And a point Kennedy. 9-6, Kennedy up on top. Kennedy still controlling the serve with Garrison serving. Point Kennedy. 10-6, Kennedy up on top, and Monroe calls a timeout. Wow. Kennedy reeled off numerous points there. I expect this, though, to be a close game that you've got a number 4 and a number 3 seed. I don't expect either one of the teams to run away and hide. But it's good that Kennedy's up 10-6. That's what we want to see here. Kennedy's ready to go out. Break huddle. Monroe is still in their huddle. Kennedy on the floor, ready to go. Referee gives a whistle. And Monroe breaks their huddle. And we're ready to go again. It's one timeout apiece for both teams left.
Nice spot!
Point Monroe. Coming out for Monroe is Trask. Going in is number 23. That's Zappone. Tor tried to get it over to number 5, Farley, but just couldn't do it. Kennedy still up on top, 10-8. And we've got an official timeout. I don't know what this is all about.
You're all right. Get your hands ready. One step back, that's the perfect up. You're right. One pass at a time. Let's go. Go, Mustang. Go, Mustang! Here we go, Mustang!
We've got a brief timeout here. It looks like we have something technical going on. There's an announcement being made. Some sort of disturbance, I think, in the stands. I think they're going to make a general announcement.
Just a reminder, artificial noisemakers are not permitted subject to GMC rules. Also, please refrain from flash photography. Thank you.
And we had some noisemakers in the stands, artificial ones, and people taking flash photography, which is prohibited by the conference rules. And we're ready to go back to game. Serving for Monroe is number 23, Zappone. That ball's out. Point Kennedy. 11-8. Kennedy up on top. Coming out is Zappone for Monroe. Going in is number 6, Thompson. Ball's out. Coming in is Juliana Impaglia. Coming out is number 12, Samantha Impaglia for Kennedy. And that ball's out. Fernandez had a little bit too much juice on that one. It's okay. Kennedy's still up on top, 11-10.
It's out!
Nice block! Ball got by Garrison, but prior to that we had a beautiful block by number 31, Shannon Gallery. High score again, 11-11. Del Torre digs it out. Del Torre gets it over the net. Kennedy. Going in for the Mustangs is number 3, Ariana Silver. Coming out, number 31, Shannon Gallery. Silver will serve. Farley had a little bit, just too much muscle on that. Knotted up, 12-12. Silva comes out of the game. Oh, miscommunication between Farley and Paglia. Monroe goes up on top, 13-12.
Go right here. Look out! Here you go, Karen. Good. Let's go.
Point Monroe. 14-12. Monroe up on top. Benzura serving for Monroe. Could not dig that one out. Point Monroe, 15-12. Monroe up on top. Timeout, Kennedy. And I think that was a well-timed timeout too, because Monroe seemed to have a little bit of momentum going in there. Again, I do not expect either team to run away and hide. Not when you have a championship game between a number 4 seed and a number 3 seed. All you need is one team to get hot, run off a couple of points. The other team gets discouraged, but I don't expect that to happen in this game. Bob Hugelmeyer talking to his team, regrouping them. He seems very calm in the huddle. Okay, Kennedy breaks their huddle. They're ready to go. Monroe breaks their huddle. They're ready to go. And we're ready to go. Benzura serving for Monroe. Off number 16 Impaglia. Point Monroe. 16-12. Monroe up on top. That's for Farley. Point Kennedy. 16-13. Monroe up on top. Hernandez served for Kennedy. And the ball was hit out of bounds. Side out. Point Monroe, 17-13. Coming out for Monroe is number 6. Thompson. Going in is number 13. That is Trask. Garrison with the point. And coming out is number 16, Juliana Impaglia. Going in is Samantha Impaglia. 17-14, Monroe up on top. Garrison playing good with the block and then gets it over. Del Torre digs it out. Over to Garrison. And point Mustangs. 17-15. Monroe up on top. Farley serving. Nice block. Del Torre digs it out, but just can't get it to come up. Serving for Monroe is McGrath. 18-15. Monroe up on top. Mustangs. Coming in is number 31, Gallery. Coming out is number 3, Silva for Kennedy. Kylie Williams serving for Kennedy. And Fernandez couldn't get it to go the right way. Coming in is number 99, Della Torre. Coming out was Williams. Uthine serving for Monroe. Point, Kennedy. 1970, Monroe up on top. Point, Kennedy. 1918, Monroe up on top.
Good spot!
Point Monroe, it hit the ceiling. Kennedy couldn't regroup and get it. Coming in for Monroe is number 23. Is Zappone. Going out is number 13, Trask. And Garrison couldn't get it to go over the net. 21-18, Monroe up on top. Point Kennedy. Coming out is Zappone for Monroe. Going in is Thompson. Nice block by Francesca Garrison. 21-20, Monroe up on top. Samantha and Paglio will be serving for Kennedy. Point, Kennedy. 21 all. Timeout, Monroe. Well, for a while there, Monroe had about a 3-point lead up on Kennedy. Kennedy came roaring back to tie up the score, 21-21. Still anybody's game. Remember, the game is 25. You must win by 2. Kennedy looks cool, calm, and collected in their huddle. Seems to be maybe a little bit of urgency in the Monroe huddle. Referee blows the whistle for Monroe to break their huddle. And we're ready to go. Serving for Kennedy is Samantha and Paglia. And just a little bit too much on that. Coming in is Juliana and Paglia. Going out is Samantha and Paglia. Scores 22-21. Monroe up on top. Gallery went up for the block, but couldn't stop it. Point Monroe, 23-21. Monroe up on top. Delatore's got her job to do. And it's over. Point Kennedy! Coming in is number 9, Kylie Williams, and number 3, Silva. Silva will serve for Kennedy. It's been a 1-point, 2-point game all the way. An exciting game. Nice block. Fernandez could not get it over the net. 24-22. Monroe up on top. U5 comes in for Monroe. Serving for Monroe is number 7, Van Jurza. And Monroe takes the first game, 25-22. We're going to take a break and we'll be back in a few moments with the second game.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And welcome back to John P. Stevens High School here in Edison for the championship match between the Kennedy Mustangs, the number 4 seed in the conference, and the number 3 seed Monroe Falcons. As I said, it's a championship game. Monroe took the first game 25-22. Kennedy in the green jerseys, Monroe in the purple. And serving for Monroe is number 9, Kaufman. We have the same starting lineup for Kennedy. That would be Garrison, Fernandez, Gallery, Williams, Delatore, Farley, and Impaglia. Just underway here in the second game. And the first point goes to Monroe. Monroe's bench is to my right. It's going to be hard probably to hear me sometimes because they're very vocal. And second point goes to Monroe. Monroe up on top, 2-0. Looking at the scoreboard, and it has Monroe 3-0, but it should be 2-1. I was wondering because Kennedy had to serve that last time, and if they wouldn't have gotten to serve unless they got the point. So now the scoreboard is fixed, and it's 2-1. Monroe up on top. Delatore couldn't dig that one out. Point Monroe, 3-1. Serving for Monroe is number 24, McGrath. And that ball's out. Coming out is number 16, Juliana Impaglia, going into Samantha Impaglia, number 12. And it's blocked. Point Kennedy. Hit it 4 times. Okay, so the score is knotted up, 3-3. Monroe. 4-3. Monroe up on top by 1. Coming out is number 38, Buren. Going in number 7 is Van Zura. And it's good. It just trickles over the net. Kennedy point. Score tied, 4-4. Coming out is Uthheim. Going in is number 38, Buren. Serving for the Mustangs is Williams. Kennedy point. 5-4. Kennedy up on top. Kylie Williams serving for Kennedy. Monroe cannot dig it out. Point Kennedy. 6-4. Kennedy up on top. Williams still serving for Kennedy. Blocked by Monroe. And that ball is out. Gallery had just a little bit too much muscle on that. Sapone goes in. Trask comes out for Monroe. Fernandez couldn't dig that one out. Goes out of bounds. High score, 6-6. That ball is out. Point, Kennedy. Number 23 comes out for Monroe. That's Sapone. Going in was number 6. That was Thompson. Kennedy point. 8-6. Kennedy up on top. Garrison serving for Kennedy. Ball is out. 9-6. Kennedy goes up by 3. Point Kennedy. It was off a Monroe player. Tipped off. 10-6. Kennedy up on top. Francesca Garrison still serving for Kennedy. Wow, that was a tremendous hit by number 7 for Monroe. That's Van Zura. Kennedy had no chance for that one. But Kennedy's still up on top by the score of 10-7. A little bit too much muscle on that one. Monroe point. Kennedy still up on top, 10-8. And point Kennedy. Once again, my name is Joe Tarrant, and I'm bringing you all the action from John P. Stevens High School in Edison. Point Kennedy. 12-8, Kennedy up on top. Point Monroe. Coming out is Gurin for Monroe. Going in is number 30, Uthheim. Scores 12-9. Kennedy up on top. Still have a long way to go in this game. And point Kennedy. Coming out for Kennedy's number 31, that's Gallery. Going in is number 3, Silva. Silva will serve for Kennedy. 13-9, Kennedy up on top. Nice block by number 9, Kylie Williams. 14-9, Kennedy up on top. That ball was out. 15-9, JFK up on top, and Monroe calls a timeout. Kennedy can't get too overconfident here, even though it's 15-9. They've got to keep playing their game. They can't let down. They can't let their guard down. You want to bring this to a third and deciding game. Listening to the huddle here on the Monroe side. Coach is very calm, talking very calmly to his players. Bob Hugelmeyer, the same thing. Very calm. And Kennedy breaks their huddle. They're back out on the court. Monroe breaking their huddle. And they're back out on the court. And we're ready to go. It'll be Kennedy serve, and Silva will be serving. Point Kennedy! 16-9, Kennedy up on top. Silva still serving for Kennedy. Again, the officials have stopped the game for some reason. Officials timeout here. I'm not sure why that is. But we have one of the school officials coming over to talk to the PA announcer, and we'll find out in a moment exactly what's going on.
Just a reminder, please do not distract the players on the floor during the course of the game. It is okay to cheer, but we should not be calling in or out, etc. Please be good sports. Thank you.
And it appears that some spectators in the stands were calling in and calling out when the ball was being hit. And again, that's confusing the players, so they asked the spectators to please let the girls play their game. Nice block. Point, Kennedy. Player from Monroe. Went under the net. 17-9, Kennedy up on top. Silva still serving for Kennedy. Point, Kennedy. 18-9, Kennedy up on top. Kennedy's playing their game. Point, Kennedy. $19-9, Kennedy up on top. Point, Kennedy. 20-9. I did not expect this score. I expected it to be a lot closer than this with either team having the lead, but I didn't expect an 11-point lead. But that's good. This way Kennedy stays out on top. Can breathe a little easier. And player crashes into the scorer's table. Knocks one of the scorekeepers down. And I'm glad that I'm sitting over here, because if I had sat any closer, it might have been me. But anyway, coming out for Monroe is number 6. That's Thompson. Going in is number 13, Trask. Scores 20-10. Kennedy up on top. Kennedy point. It's 21-10, and Kennedy keeps that 11-point bulge. Fernandez now serving for Kennedy. Point, Kennedy. 22-10, Kennedy up on top. Point, Kennedy. 23-10, 13-point bulge for Kennedy. It looks like this is going to come down to a third and deciding game. Point, Kennedy. 24-10. Kennedy up by 14. Fernandez looking to seal this game. Point, Monroe, 24-11. Monroe will control the serve. Serving for Monroe is McGrath. Just got it over the net. 24-12. Monroe up, down by 12 points. Kennedy can't afford to let them back into the game. And that's the game, and Kennedy takes the second game, 25-12, which means this will come down to a third and deciding game for the championship of Middlesex County. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the third and deciding game.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
And welcome back to the third and deciding game of the championship for the Greater Middlesex County Conference between the Kennedy Mustangs and the Monroe Falcons. Monroe took the first game, 25-22. Kennedy dominated in the second game, 25-12. We're now down to the third and deciding game. I'm Joe Tarrant, and I'm happy to be bringing you all the action from J.P. Stevens High School in Edison. The officials are just checking over the lineups. And the lineups for Kennedy is Garrison, Fernandez, Gallery, Williams, Delator, Farley, and Paglia. And we're ready to go here. Serving for Kennedy will be Fernandez. Monroe scores the first point. Kennedy's fired up. I'm sorry, wait a minute here. Okay, I'm sorry, Monroe does not score the first point. I was looking at the scoreboard and it was wrong. But Kennedy, 1-0. Kennedy, 2-0. Oh, I'm sorry, that's out. Originally it was first called in, but the officials later changed their mind and said it was out. So the score's knotted at 1-1. And Paglia couldn't dig that one out. Scores 2-1, Monroe up on top. If you just joined us, Monroe took the first game 25-22. Kennedy took the second game and dominated 25-12. We're now in the third and deciding game. Point Kennedy. Coming out is Juliana Impaglia. Going in is Samantha Impaglia. Kennedy controls the serve. That'll be Mara Farley.
There you go.
And Fernandez and Delator both couldn't dig that one out. Monroe point. Monroe goes up by 1, 3-2. Serving for Monroe is number 24, McGrath. That was Garrison. Garrison going up for the spike. And it's Kennedy, point. And the score is knotted up, 3-3. Kylie Williams serving for Kennedy. And soft touch over the net. Garrison and Farley could not come up with the dig. So Monroe takes the lead, 4-3. Coming out of the game for Monroe is Gurin.
Nice pass,
Point, Kennedy! We're knotted up at 4. Garrison serving for Kennedy. Point Monroe, the ball was out. Coming out for Monroe is number 13, Trask. Going in, number 23, Zappone. 5-4, Monroe up by 1.
Right here!
And Fernandez had a little bit too much muscle. Monroe up on top. Side out. 6-5. Kennedy point. Coming out for Monroe is Zappone. Going in is number 6, Thompson. Samantha and Paglia with the serve for Kennedy. Nice block. Point Kennedy! And the score is tied up, 6-6. Samantha and Paglia will continue to serve for Kennedy.
There you go!
Point Kennedy! Kennedy takes the lead for the first time in this third game. 7-6.
There you go, Sam!
Out! Point Kennedy! And Paglia switched again. 16, Juliana coming in. Number 12, Samantha coming out. I'm sorry, that last point was not for Kennedy. I'm watching the officials, and they've been changing their mind on 2 calls.
Better.
So the score's knotted up, 7-7. Maybe I should just trust the girls for the points instead of the officials. Oh, hit them where they ate. That's okay. Monroe up by 1, 8-7. Cariaso serving for Monroe. Kennedy keeps the ball alive.
Outside!
Oh, and that ball would have been going out. I don't know if that was a wise move by Del Torre, but that ball looked like it was going out from here. But that's easy for me to say. I'm sitting here watching the game and not playing it. 9-7, Monroe up on top by 2. Couldn't dig that one out. Point Monroe, 10-7. Timeout, Kennedy. I think that was a wise timeout for Kennedy. Didn't want to let Monroe get too much momentum. Monroe is still doing some talk in their huddle. Sitting there working on the clipboard. Bobby Hugelmeyer talking very calmly to his huddle, to his players. They look calm. They don't look like they're worried about too much. Again, last game they totally dominated, 25-12, which to me was uncharacteristic. Because usually when you play these championship games, it's not that one-sided in one of the games. But this will be an exciting game because it's the third and deciding game of the match. And Kennedy's back out on the floor. Monroe's coming back out on the floor. And we're underway. 10-7, Monroe up on top. Point, Kennedy. Coming out for Kennedy's number 31, Gallery. Going in, number 3 is Silva. Silva will serve. 11-7, Monroe up on top. And the Monroe coach is talking it over with the official. Monroe coach didn't like something that the officials ruled on. 10-8. Monroe up on top by 2. Point, Kennedy. 10-9, Kennedy up on top. I'm sorry, Monroe up on top. I know I'm a Kennedy supporter because it's my alma mater and I get a little excited and carried away here. But you can tell who I'm rooting for.
Good job, Mariana! Good spot!
Point, Kennedy! And the score is knotted up, 10-10. A big hit by number 7, Banzura from Monroe. Coming out is Silva, going back into the game is Del Torre. 11-10, Monroe up by 1. They'll control the serve. Del Torre digs that one out. Falls in, according to the official, that falls in. Monroe coach is unhappy with something. I believe it was his players that he's unhappy with. Score's knotted up, 11-11. Big shot here for Garrison. Point, Kennedy. Kennedy once again takes the lead, 12-11. And that ball's out. A little too much muscle for Fernandez. Coming in for Monroe is Trask. Going out is Thompson. Kennedy. Player was under the net. And the Impaglia girls switch again. Coming out is Samantha. I'm sorry, Juliana. Going in is Samantha. Farley serving for Kennedy.
Good job, Mo!
Kennedy takes a 2-point lead, 14-12. Farley still serving for Kennedy. Point Kennedy. 15-12. And Monroe takes a timeout. Wow, what an exciting game. Just when it looked like Monroe was going to pull away, Kennedy inches away by a few points. 15-12. In the third and deciding game for the Middlesex County Conference Championship. Unbelievable. Just simply unbelievable. It was a tight game in the first one, 25-22. Kennedy ran away with the second game, 25-12. We're now in the third game, and it's 15-12. Kennedy up on top. Farley serving for Kennedy. Waiting for Monroe to get back out onto the floor. And they're ready to roll. Dug it out, but Garrison couldn't do anything with it. 15-13. Kennedy up on top. Garrison digs it out. Number 5, Farley couldn't do anything with it. Point. Score's knotted up again at 15. Monroe controls the serve. That's number 24, McGrath serving. Let it go. It's out of bounds. Side out. Coming in for Kennedy is number 31, Gowrie. Coming out is number 3, Silva. Kylie Williams serving for Kennedy. What an exciting game this third game has turned out to be.
There you go, Kai.
Point Kennedy. It was blocked by Garrison. And Garrison spikes it. Wow, what a play that was by Monroe. And it's Monroe's point. 17-16. Kennedy's still up by 1. Kennedy, 18-16, Kennedy up on top. Once again, we're at J.P. Stevens High School in Edison for the championship of the GMC, the Greater Middlesex County Conference. I'm Joe Tarrant. I've been bringing you all the action between the Kennedy Mustangs and the Monroe Falcons. The number 4 seed is Kennedy, number 3 seed is Monroe. Monroe took the first game 25-22. Kennedy dominated in the second game, 25-12, and we're now in the third and deciding game of the match. Kennedy up on top by a score of 18-17. Hit by Fernandez, but Monroe blocked it. Kennedy couldn't handle it. Tie score now, 18 up. Monroe will be serving. That's number 23, Zappone. That ball is out. Kennedy takes the point. 19-18. Coming out is Zappone for Monroe. Going in is number 6, Thompson. Serving for Kennedy is number 12, Impaglia.
Here you go, Sam. You ready?
Garrison could not get to that ball. And once again, the Impaglia girls switch. Coming out is number 12, Samantha. Going in is number 16, Juliana. Score is tied up, 19-19. Could not come up with that. Now Monroe takes the lead, 20-19. This is still anybody's game. The official gives a whistle. That's okay to serve. Saved by Garrison. What a play by Kennedy. Block. Oh, point Monroe. Kennedy just couldn't keep up with it. 21-19, Monroe up on top. Remember, the game is 25, and you have to win by 2. Timeout, Kennedy. They're going to talk it over. Still anybody's game. 21-19, Monroe up on top. Game is 25. You've got to win by 2. I expect this to go down to right down to the wire. Either team not breaking. Kennedy seems very relaxed. That one was played off the speakers. Point Kennedy. Coming in is number 3, Silva. Going out is number 31, Gallery. Silva will serve. 21-20. Monroe up on top by 1. Point Kennedy. No, it's saved by Monroe. I thought for sure that was going to be point Kennedy as she went into the bench to get that one. And that's out. 22-20. Coming out is Silva, going in is number 99, Delatorre. Scores 22-20. Monroe up by 2. Blocked by Monroe. 23-20. Before we leave, I'd like to thank TV35 for bringing you this game. As always, TV35, the best in Woodbridge Township, 24/7. Garrison on the floor saving that one. Point Monroe. And this could be game point here, 24-20. And Monroe takes the third game, 25-20. And they are the new Greater Middlesex County champions. Well, in the first game, Monroe took it 25-22. Kennedy took the second game 25-12. And Monroe took the third game 25-20. I'm Joe Tarrant. I'm at John F. P. Stevens High School in Edison. And it's my pleasure to bring you all the action, and good night.